Today we're doing a pregnancy, Pilates, and yoga combination to help you prepare for the easiest birth possible. You may have had other mothers tell you scary stories about birth, which, by the way, you do not have to listen to those stories. Their birth is not your birth. I have literally heard thousands of positive birth stories of mothers who have used exercises and yoga preparation like this to prepare for their positive birth experience. While you can't control everything about how your birth will go, it is evidence-based that exercises as well as other birth preparation methods can shorten your labor and decrease pain during labor. I love this combination of Pilates plus yoga together for strengthening and releasing, and also feeling great in pregnancy overall. We can start standing up, getting up however is comfortable for you. Let's take our feet wide apart into a second position. We're gonna plie down. Imagine that our thighs are externally rotating, knees pressing back behind us. As we come up, squeeze your thighs, plie down, up. Also dragging your feet together, activating your adductors, coming up. Keep moving with your breath. On this next one, let's hold here, starting to pulse. Still feeling that external rotation in your thighs. Releasing up. Let's pop our heels up slightly. We can plie down, squeezing as we come up. Last one, hold and pulse. Good, releasing. Let's shake it out. We can shift our weight onto our left foot. Let's inhale, expanding through our ribs. And on the exhale, pull your baby in as you bring elbow to knee. Inhale as you extend. Moving with your breath and control. Really using this as a core exercise. Last one. Good, let's shift to the other side. Big inhale. Exhale, pulling your baby to spine. Inhale, extend. I'm going to turn to the side here. We're going to move into chair position. Sit bones are going to point back to the back of the mat. We can raise our hands up, but let's move our palms forward. And then we're going to bring our elbows and shoulder blades down, pressing the back of your hand back behind you, extending them up again. Exhale, squeeze using your back muscles. Inhale, extend, moving with your breath. 2 more. Pulse our arms here. Amazing, release. We can move into warrior 2. Let's turn our left foot out. We can extend our arms out to the side, shoulders roll down our back. We can move into eagle arms, crossing one arm in front, and then reaching for your thumb or your palm. Elbows move up, and you can sink down a little bit lower. Breathe here. Beautiful, release your hands, unwind. We can take a peaceful warrior, placing your back hand on your belly, tipping back, feeling a nice stretch under your ribs. Exhale, engage your obliques. Let's come up. Turning to the left, we'll move into a lunge. Your back heel reaches towards the ground for a nice stretch through the back of your leg. Let's bring our hands up. Breathing here. Let's open up for goddess pose. Releasing out, warrior 2 on the other side. Once you've found your pose, we can cross the other arm over this time for eagle arms. Feeling a nice stretch between your shoulder blades. Gently unwinding your hands, tipping back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, pull your baby in, turning to the right this time, finding your lunge. You can tuck your tailbone under slightly to feel stretch through your hip flexor, your psoas. Shoulders are relaxed down your back. Beautiful, let's open up to the front. We can stretch through our adductors and our groins, taking our hands right above our knees. Let's drop one shoulder in. Good, switching to the other shoulder. Releasing out. Let's bring our feet closer together. We're going to move into a yogi squat, or alternatively, you can continue with sumo squats. We're going to inhale down. If your heels pop off, that's absolutely okay. And then exhale, pull your baby in. Option to add a pelvic floor contraction, coming all the way up. Good. Inhale down. Expanding 360 degrees around your ribs. Release at the bottom, and then exhale, coming all the way up. Continue with your own breath. Let's stay here. Fully release through your pelvic floor. If it feels good, you can rock back and forth a little bit. Let's also take our hands apart. We can circle our wrists. We're gonna do a few moves on all fours. You can also put a little towel under your wrists if your wrists bother you when you're on all fours. You can either come back up through standing or simply place your hands in front of you, moving to all fours. On your next exhale, pull your baby in. Let's round out. Cat pose, dropping your head. Inhale, tipping your tailbone up, looking up. Exhale, rounding out. Shoulder blades spread apart. Inhale, look up. One last time, exhale, rounding. Inhale, finding a nice arch. Coming back to a neutral pelvis, let's take some feel-good hip circles. Just moving however feels good. Let's go the other way. Coming it back up. We're gonna move into bird dog here. On an exhale, pull your baby in. Lots of strength in your back, not dumping through your lower back at all. Let's reach out. From here, option 2, tap your toe with your arm, then reach back forward, lowering down. Switching to the other side, exhale, extend, bending your knee, tap your foot, extending forward, releasing down, moving with your breath, switching to the other side. Really avoiding any dumping in your lower back as you reach back. One more on either side. Let's extend one leg back behind us. We're gonna bend our elbows, pointing them back behind us. Come forward, and then we're gonna shift our weight forward a little bit and coming it back up. Almost like we're making a triangle with our shoulders. We're gonna come down, shift forward, coming back up. Good. Continue re-engaging your core, pulling your baby in. Let's switch to the other side. Lowering down, shifting your weight forward, coming back up. Last one. Good. Let's shake it out. You can take a sip of water. Let's lower down onto our right-hand side. We can set up here, stacking our hips. If it's more comfortable, you could put a little towel, wedge, or blanket underneath your belly. Let's extend our legs slightly in front of our body, and you can use your top hand here to stabilize yourself. Let's lift the top leg, and we'll start with some tiny circles here. You'll feel your deep inner core muscles engage. You can pull your baby in. Let's switch directions. Good, let's lift that leg up. We're gonna tap front, lift it up, and tap back. Try not to let your hips rock very much. Good. We can bring that leg down, bend your knees. Let's lift both of our ankles up here, and then we're going to open up into a clamshell, and then we're going to lift that top leg up if you can, working on our internal rotation, which is so beneficial for the pushing phase of labor. Always bringing your attention back to your core, pulling your baby in. It might only be a very small movement to get that top ankle up. That's okay. Let's do one more. Good. We can extend our legs out again. We're going to externally rotate both our legs. We're going to draw it into a pirouette preparation position. Extend, flex, lowering down. Point, draw that knee up, flex. Good. When we're flexing, articulate through your foot. Last one. Good, and we can take our top knee over, or you can plant your foot here for inner thigh. Let's lift, and now do tiny circles with our bottom leg here. Going the other way. Beautiful, release down. We can switch to the other side, ensuring you're protecting your core, moving up and down safely. And take some time to stack your hips. You can move your wedge or blanket. And when you're ready, we'll do a big inhale into our ribs. Exhale, pull your baby in, lift, tiny circles about the size of a basketball. Switching directions. Good, lift it up. Let's tap in front and tap behind, keeping your hips stacked. last one here. Good, release. We can bend our legs, ankles go up, clamshell, and then get that top ankle up. Good, extending our legs again, externally rotating and getting your knee up, pointing straight up as you can, point, flex, down, beautiful. Last one. Good, we can bring that top knee over or foot over, lifting our bottom leg, working on our adductors, circling the bottom leg. Getting as high as you can in your circle. Switching the other way. Releasing it down. Good, let's push back up. You can take a child's pose here, walking your hands forward, releasing your forehead down. Big breath in and sigh out. One more time. Release. Let's walk our hands back in, coming up to our knees. We can take one foot forward into a kneeling lunge. Let's tuck our tailbone slightly under, releasing through our psoas. Pressing your weight into your front foot. Let's shift our weight back. We can switch to the other side. Shifting out. Let's move through all fours into downward dog. If downward dog doesn't feel good, you can always do an L stretch over the back of a chair or the couch. You can pedal our heels out. You can shift your hips back and forth, whatever feels good in your body. I'm going to move into pigeon pose, but you could also do figure four if pigeon pose doesn't feel good for you. I'm going to let one leg float up behind and bringing one knee in, walking my back leg back, finding lots of length in my spine, and then option to fold forward here. This can be a little bit challenging as your belly gets bigger, so feel free to use figure four You should not feel any sensation in your front knee at all. When you're ready, let's come out of the pose slowly. You can shift back through all fours, tucking your toes, back through downward dog. Let's let the other leg float up or move into figure four on the other side. Shifting into your pigeon. Slowly releasing out. Move back towards all fours again. Let's come and shift on to our glutes here for a wide-legged forward fold. If it feels good and gives you more space in your spine, you can sit on a block or a pillow. Let's point our toes and knees up and give yourself a little bit of a boost. You can stay here or option to fold forward. Feet are flexed, leg muscles are activated. If you're folding forward, let's come back up. We can bring our legs back in for Baddha Konasana, letting our knees flop out, our hips open. You can open your feet like you're opening up a book. Once again, you can stay tall here or option to fold forward. Releasing through your pelvic floor. Coming back up. Let's swing our feet around and come to a kneeling position. Let's clasp our elbows or our hands behind us. And then while we open up through the chest, let's keep our ribs pulled down to protect our core. On an exhale, pull your baby in. Let's round out the other way. Good. We can make our way down onto the ground for Shavasana. If you wanted to get a pillow for between your knees, under your head, or a blanket over top of you, you can. You can place your hand on your baby, send your baby some love. Feel yourself be heavy on the ground. Scan your body from head to toe, relaxing all the muscles as you go. This practice is really helpful for labor preparation between your contractions. It's so helpful if you can fully relax and rest so that your body is ready for the next contraction. Imagine your cervix softening and opening. You will work with your baby to birth your baby. Your baby knows exactly what to do, and your body knows how to birth your baby. You can stay resting here, or you can take any last stretch that feels good. Namaste to you, namaste to the babies. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm going to link to my birth animation on why internal rotation is so beneficial during the pushing phase of labor. Thank you so much for joining me today, and you did an amazing job.